Hello everyone, I am delighted to share with you my wonderful Battlefield 6 open beta experience. Lacking a proper first-person shooter game, a military-style first-person shooter game that's actually darn good and has me rather hooked onto the action, the standards were pretty low. And since Call of Duty became like a playable Cocomelon-style video game because how it's nothing what it used to be, that left a massive vacuum which I hope Battlefield 6 can fill, and it's as of now doing a great job at it. Since Battlefield 6's open beta did not let me, record footage locally on my Xbox Series X, I have to treat my viewers to some vintage Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline footage. Also had a little bit of Battlefield 1 footage as well, but that got deleted because the storage medium I kept it safe in, unfortunately that got infested with a virus. So anyway, here are my thoughts and my first impressions on the Battlefield 6 open beta. I say again, the footage here is from older Battlefield games, but I'm telling you, the Battlefield 6, the new upcoming Battlefield 6 video game is certainly one to watch. I just hope EA does not ruin it at launch by giving us a broken game because, well, knowing EA, they're not exactly the most loved name in the gaming industry. First off, the atmosphere. Call of Duty's atmosphere, I felt, was far too cartoonish with its oversaturated colors. Battlefield, on the other hand, reminds you what a proper war zone is. The feeling that you're not in Kansas anymore and the bad guys are out to get you if you don't get them first. The guns feel and sound like proper guns, though they have some serious balancing issues. The bolt-action sniper requires 2 shots, except for the headshot to take out the targets. It's a little bit fast, but I feel like they should make it a bit stronger. I don't know. The assault rifle for the first class kicks like crazy. The submachine gun, on the other hand, it's a bit too accurate for a submachine gun. I'm just using the standard guns. But the LMG, on the other hand, the LMG tends to have a rather high fire rate, and I feel it's a bit on the accurate side, especially being the giant cumbersome gun class it is. But still, these are modern day weapons. This is the game Modern Warfare should have been, but I doubt we will see Call of Duty take that direction again. But since Battlefield 6 is going to change the game, this might give a righteous kick to Activision's bums to get their head into the game. As for the vehicle spawns, I'm always complaining about the vehicle spawns. The very nanosecond a jet becomes available, some sweat just simply cops it up. Same goes for the helicopters. Tanks, on the other hand, well, they feel like proper tanks. Giant, cumbersome steel elephants of war. On the other hand, the AA guns feel too weak. Like, they don't even scratch the airplanes flying around and they overheat too quickly, barely doing any damage. Of course, since the game is an open beta, it is not without its own issues. Frame rate stutters and lag everywhere, and the servers are doing their utmost best to tank the load of 517,000 plus users. And that's just the count for Steam. Right, here's a fun fact about Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6's open beta has more players than the official launch of Call of Duty on Steam. That's around 517,000 players for Battlefield 6's open beta, compared to the 493,000 something players for Black Ops 6's launch. What I truly love about Battlefield 6 is that it has just the right kind of interaction with the environment. You can tear down walls, you can do a little bit of landscaping with your tools of war as you just simply take the fight to the enemy. Oh, and never mind the sort of cheap effects in these videos because this is vintage sheer factory footage, which I find rather surprising that the PS4 had a rather interesting DVR system and its own local app that was free to download. Funny how Microsoft never made its answer to Share Factory, especially since everybody's becoming a content creator these days. Of course, me being no exception. But anyway, it's that I'm really looking forward to Battlefield 6. Now, the ultimate question: will this game be the COD killer? If it doesn't flop at launch, gives us an actually engaging and an entertaining campaign, and gives us the definitive experience that many a gamer has been longing for, the victory is already in EA's bag. And, well, these are my first impressions for Battlefield 6, and they're darn good. However, I'm not going to buy the game on launch day if it's not going to be a Game Pass release. I will probably wait for other gamers to review it so I can drop some money on it. What, you were expecting some cheesy synthwave soundtrack? Well, you can't have that because apparently it's not copyright, yet YouTube still marked it for copyright. Well, it is what it is. Game Trigger signing off.